Hey, Pastor Steve Waldron, I hope you're having a great, incredible day in Jesus this holiday season. So, we're looking at the Athanasian Creed today, and we're looking at some conclusions. So thanks for being here. Check out our other videos. We're on plato.stanford.edu, Stanford Dictionary of Philosophy, under the history of the doctrine of the Trinity. So this is the Athanasian Creed. By the latter part, this is what's said here, it follows by the indiscernibility of identicals that no person of the Trinity is identical with any other. Because if the persons of the Trinity were identical, and I'm reading Aquinas now on this as well, then you're going to fall into what's known as the modalistic trap, which I would consider myself somewhat of a certain particular type of modalist. That's heresy. It was a second century. No, it wasn't. Study real church history. It was biblical doctrine. It was what the rule of faith said. It was overwhelming number of Christians, according to Tertullian, considered the father of the Trinity in 200 AD. It's not a second or third century heresy. It was the faith once delivered unto the saints. And so if they're just all identical, that means they're the same thing. And this is why, so there's many times like Jesus said, I'm not going to leave you comfortless. I'm going to come to you, which is orphanos. So Jesus claiming to be the Father. He said, if you've seen me, you've seen the Father. That they had to invent the doctrine of perichoresis, which in Latin is circumcision, which is the interpenetration of persons in the Godhead. Which, okay, Jesus may claim to be the Father, but that's because any person in the Godhead can have the attributes of any other persons of the Godhead. Well, then it's like, so what? Where are the distinctions? And that's always, because if you come up with real distinctions, you're in tritheism. If you don't have real distinctions, you're in modalism, then you just end up in a mystery. And by the earlier part, it seemed to follow that there are thus three eternal things. This is an examination of the Athanasian Creed. But it asserts there's only one eternal thing. And this goes back to, it's not just this. I do a lot of study on like creation versus evolution. People just assert something with no evidence. You know, somebody, let's just say they're outright tritheist. And they say, I'm a monotheist. Well, I mean, you can say you're a being from the planet Exlear. It means nothing. Just you saying that. And so I've seen many, many tritheistic explanations of the Trinity, and at the end, we're monotheist. Congratulations. No, you're tritheist. You just know that you don't want to be in that camp, so you just say you're a monotheist. And so it's, people can say all types of things, like in Darwinian evolution and all this. It doesn't make it true. But you're trying to guard yourself against certain things, and I understand that. Hence, the creed seems contradictory and has been attacked as such. Biddle, 1691, Nye, 1691, Priestley, 1871, etc., showing the above argument for inconsistency goes wrong as a major motivation of recent Trinity theories. In contrast, Mysterians hold that it somehow goes wrong, though no one can quite say where. Finally, some simply reject the creed. So many of your modern Trinitarian theories are like, man, Athanasian Creed, I mean, you just can't follow it logically. It's not God, it's not biblical. So we've got to develop new ways of describing the Trinity. And then there's the group called Mysterians that are a lot like Augustine, saying, well, you just really can't understand. In the end, it's a mystery. And great is the mystery of godliness. God, the Father, 1 Corinthians 8:6, 1 Timothy 3:16, was manifest in the flesh. It was God the Father. It wasn't some separate person. And this is the battleground. It was the Logos or it was the Father. Well, no, the Logos is the Father, John 1:1. The Logos was with the Father, like our thoughts with us. The Logos was the Father, wasn't a separate being. And so, but God bless you. Fall in love with Jesus. We'll talk with you later. Bye-bye.